Hi, this is Neil from the China Sourcing Academy. I have been asked to show you about how I've set up the audio for various online phone recordings and also video recording that I do for the China Sourcing Academy. So let's just have a look at the equipment, shall we, and what I've got behind me. Apart from those 4 screens, we're not really interested in that right now, but we want to go straight into the equipment of the recording. So what I've got here is a Zenix mixer. And the great thing about this mixer is it has a USB connection at the back, and that's very important because that USB goes straight into the computer and you're able to actually feed the audio that comes through the mixer into the computer. And so what are we feeding into this mixer? We're actually feeding in audio from the Rode mic here. Over here we're feeding in the audio here, and this Rode mic is basically what I've got set up here. And so I've got a Rode mic here that comes over for when I want to talk, and so I can actually, you can see that we've got the Rode mic here, move it around. It's a condenser microphone, so I don't have to speak very close to it like a dynamic microphone. I really don't need a pop filter. I actually have the microphone like that and I speak below it, and they don't get the pop or the P's associated with that. Anyway, that's our Rode microphone. Beautiful condenser microphone. It's made in Australia. I'm from Australia, so that's why I got this. But it's top quality, you got to believe me. Alright, so we put that aside for a moment. So we're picking up my audio from the Rode microphone here, and that's coming in here. And so we got our first channel of the mixer, and I see here that some of the adjustments that I've got. So I haven't got very high, and I've also found that I've had to turn the gain down low. The Rode microphone's picking up a lot as a condenser microphone, but then I've got the EQ on high. At the high level and the mid level I've got them adjusted upwards. I've got compressor up a little bit, and so that's the input coming in through to the mixer. Now the mixer is sending this input, this signal, through to the computer here, and then that is the signal that is used to provide my voice through the Skype conversation. Okay, so what have I got coming back from the computer? Well, if we have a look at the computer here, I've got a Logitech speaker at the back, and I'll actually plug a male jack into here, 3.5mm, into the earphone of the speaker. And so I'm running that jack into this Zoom. I've got a Zoom recorder here, so that jack is coming in as a second channel in the Zoom recorder. So what about the first channel? The first channel is actually coming out of the mixer here. So let's have a look at this again. We've got the Rode microphone that is bringing the signal into the mixer here in the first channel. The mixer is actually sending out that signal in 2 ways. Number one, it's sending it to the computer, so the person that you are Skyping with is actually getting this signal through the USB, and that's my voice. Now, it's also sending out a signal through this main out here, and this main out is actually coming all the way through to this first channel of my Zoom recorder. So this is what enables me to record separate from the computer. So if you have a computer failure, obviously your Skype's going to go down too, but you definitely know if you're recording or not. See, even that pickup, this recorder is working already just for my voice on this video, and that's amazing how it's picking it up. I mean, you haven't even got the phantom power on, and that's the power here that you need to press here. It's got phantom power, and then they'll start to pick up my voice. And notice now the Zoom is picking up my voice, and I'm actually 4 feet away. I'm actually 4 feet away from the Rode microphone, and it's picking up my voice very clearly here. Okay, so let's get back. This is a great thing about the Zoom recorder. It's a 4-channel recorder, but only using 2 channels in stereo mode. So so let's just do a review here. I've got the Rode, I've got the outcome of the mixer, that is the output of the mixer going into one channel. I've got the output of my computer Skype conversation, that is the speaker of the computer coming in here in the second channel. So I'm using a stereo channel on the Zoom recorder. Of course, I've got a earphone here for my own speaker, so I can actually listen to the recording and see how the mix is coming through without any interruption to the Skype conversation on the computer. So what are some of the settings that we're going to use on the Zoom recorder? So one of the settings is we've got the menu, and we can click on the menu here and actually see some of the settings that I am interested in. For example, the mode. I want to click on the mode and I can choose 4 channel. That's if you wanted to use 4 channels of recording. I'm only using 2 channels, the 2 stereo at the bottom. And so I'm going to click it on stereo. I'm going to click it on stereo here. So we just click that. And so the mode is on stereo. Okay, so what else have we got that's important for you to set up this Zoom recorder? We have the USB SD card. We've got a system. Let's have a look at the play mode, and let's go down to the system, shall we? And then we click on the system. Notice I've got a few personal things like backlights, 30 seconds, contrast. I'm using the battery, but all the time I've got this plugged into power. And the great thing about this microphone, you've got plug-in power, and that power is on all the time. And I've had no problems with that, and I've never lost any battery time or any recording time because of that. And so there's a date time, things like that. So let's just get out of that for a moment, and we're going to come back to our tools. Then we have recording. We'll have a look at the recording mode. That's very important. So what I have the recording format, I'm using 9616, and that is the amount of the quality of the recording. We actually go higher than that, but I found that is sufficient for what you need to do for a podcast or any other audio recording that you're going to distribute online. We can the audio recording, pre-recording on, file name, default. So that's the setting there we've got in the recording setting. So now we want to go to another level, and that may be the input, and that's to tell us how sensitive the microphone is going to be on the input. In other words, how sensitive is this recorder going to be to these 2 signals that are coming in the stereo mode. And what I found is that I've actually had the sensitivity of I have the monitor on, so it tells me the strength of the signal coming in. Level auto, I turn that off. Mono mix on. Phantom off. Notice phantom off. If you happen to plug this Rode microphone, you can plug that directly into the bottom of this recorder because you've got that full microphone plug that you can use. And that's the great thing about this recorder. If you do that, then you need to turn the phantom. You need to turn this phantom off. You need to turn that on to on. And that provides that extra power to drive the microphone there plugged in the bottom. Because I have 2 signals coming in from amps, that is, I've got 1 signal coming in from the mixer, and there you can see I've actually powered up the microphone to plus 48 volts. That's the phantom power to go with the Rode microphone. And because I've got the other signal coming in from the computer, I do not need to have the phantom on. Okay, so let's keep going. Plug in off. And so there's some of my input settings here. So let's just get out of that for a moment. And what other important settings do we need? Recording settings. So I told you about the format, but what about auto recording? At the moment, I've actually turned auto recording off. And I've actually put the levels at minus 24 decibels because I found that the Rode microphone and the computer signal is quite strong. And so there's some of the settings there in the auto recording. We go back down here, pre-recording on. Some of the other parts, we turn that off and we go back to the main menu. And so we've got tool. I haven't played around with that at the moment. So that's basically all I can show you here. So if we go out of menu, and when you are recording, notice it's actually picking up my voice here very, very well. I haven't even started recording. But the great thing about this recorder, Zoom recorder, we've got the recording level. So it's at minus and plus, so we can actually adjust the recording level. Notice that I've had the recording level at 51, 52. I've tried at 60 or 70, but I found that it actually picked up the signal too strong and it was distorting. So, and actually picked up even more signals like any hiss or anything that I really didn't want to have on the recording. So there you have it. There's the recording system, the mixer that we've got to pick up the Rode microphone. We've got a USB plug at the back that sends it through to the signal. You don't need to do a mix minus in this approach here. You just need your microphone in here, your output to computer, your output to your separate recorder, and those two inputs, those two signals are inputs into here and here at the bottom of the recorder, and there's your Zoom recorder, and you can listen and monitor the level of the recording with your headphone. And so there you go. That's the setup I've got here in my office, and that's where we do some recording. So this is Neil O'Connor from the China Sourcing Academy, where we actually record videos, training videos for people to learn how to source from China. So catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.